Hey everyone, it's Patty Wonder, your Scentsy director for Team Wonder Bar and trainer and coach. So I am so excited to be coming here to talk to you guys tonight. I am a smidge nervous, but I hope you get something out of it. So I'm just going to hold off starting for just a hot second in case, let people find me and get on, and those who haven't went to bed yet. I keep yawning, so I keep hoping I stop yawning before I start going. Hello. I'm not going to say hello to everybody because that is, do you ever watch a video and they keep going, hi, 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 oh, Ellie, oh, Sally, oh, Sue, oh, this, oh, that. And I'm like, All right. Hey, girl. Do you know a lot of people call me Patty Cakes lately? Good afternoon. Hello, eh? Hello from New Zealand. Yay, Kirsten Rossiter. Yes, it is 3 p.m. here on Tuesday in New Zealand. And I sleep usually until about 11:30 every day. So I don't really do anything. I try to skip mornings altogether, but this morning I had to get up early for our Valentine's Day lunch, of course. So I'm up. Here I am. And I just scheduled everything else to post while I was sleeping so that I could at least introduce myself and you get a feel and put my warning label on things. All right, it is 3:01, which means it's 8:01 Central. I work Central Time only because those are my people usually from Wisconsin and Chicago and things like that. So, in Oklahoma, shout out to Jacqueline Roy, my SSD. So, oh, Leon, I miss you. Okay, so this was a little difficult for me. I wanted to share about consistency because I believe consistency is like Bible. And so, but the way they did this, because we had 31 days of trainers and 31 days of information, they asked to do it very specific, like what exactly. So, so this is not my idea. Well, I did something, I did a spin-off of this idea as well, but this idea is not my idea. And I want to say that first and foremost, this tool changed my brain, it changed my business, it changed everything, and continues this day. It's called the 90-Day Sleigh. I found it under Christina Stainbrook's video, How to Become a Director in a Month on YouTube. So I do really want to make sure that Christina Stainbrook gets the props. She does a lot of amazing things. That video is blunter than a spoon. But if you're ready to hear it and you put your big girl panties on, you'll handle it well. But the 90-Day Sleigh is what I'm going to talk about first and foremost. And then I'm going to talk about the other things that have kind of branched off of there for me. So, hey everybody hopping on. Now, before I start with the 90-Day Sleigh, there's something in your workstation that Scentsy has provided, and I think it came after the Sleigh, but I'm not sure if it's the chicken or the egg thing. I really have no idea, but in my opinion, Christina Stainbrook deserves a crown all the time, so okay. But there's something called the Daily Power Hour. You can actually search for Power Hour. It is super, super, super windy here today, like ridiculous. Ever since I moved here, I've been here for 14 years. Ever since I moved here, I'm like, freaking Chicago ain't got nothing on Christchurch and Canterbury. So just saying, this is the Windy City. So there is something on your workstation. If you put in the search bar Power Hour, 2 separate words, it does come up kind of slow, or if you filter to PDFs and training, it'll come up there for you. I looked at this after I had already started doing the 90-day Sleigh, and for me, I love the prettiness of it, and I love that it had certain spots for your monthly goal and current PRV stuff or whatever. But the rest of it was really general. I'm somebody that I am a very black and white. You do it or you don't do it. It's this or it's this. If you leave too much and you're too general, people can take that in so many different ways. Or you sit and analyze the crap out of it and then you don't do anything because you're like, well, I'm not really sure what to do. So I've tried it, didn't like it, and then went back to the 90-day Sleigh. The Power Hour works for some people. It even has an explanation sheet that comes with it. It's a great PDF. I'll pop it in the group as well in case anybody wants it. I'm going to pop all these in the group when I'm done so that you can access them. But once again, the 90-day Sleigh is not my creation. I got it from Christina Stainbrook. I don't know if it's her creation or not, but that's who I'm giving credit to. And you can find her video, How to Be a Director in a Month, on YouTube. So now with all that out of the way, let's talk about it. So one thing, I've been in direct sales since 1995, and with one company I left, but I had become self-employed. I became a director with that company, and I remember when my director in that company was like, okay, so what are you working on today? And I was like, I'm organizing my inventory, and I'm redoing my planner, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. And she's like, stop. She said, you're going to organize yourself out of business. She goes, you need 2 people. And I was like, huh? So, sorry, it's just like really crazy windy. She said, between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., it's people time. You don't clean, you don't organize, you don't do crap that isn't have to do with talking to people. From 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., you book, sell, recruit. If it's not one of those things, you should be doing it before 9 or after 9, where you don't contact people, because it's rude to contact people before 9 a.m. or after 9 p.m. unless they give you that permission. Everybody knows that everything's shut off on my phone, so if people need to text me at 7 o'clock in the morning, they can. I'm never going to hear it. I'm not going to see it till I get up. But people do know I'm usually up till 3 o'clock in the morning, so if they want to message me at 11 or 12, I might see it. So hello, my dear friend Robbie. So that was my first lesson back in the day. Back in the day, that was my first lesson. This is kind of on that order of, what do I do? And your brain thinks of all these things that you have to do in your business. And when you really sit down and think about it, it's very easy. It's very, I won't say that. It's very simple, but we make it way more complicated. And we get our feelings in there, and we care what people might think, and oh, I'm afraid, and we analyze, and oh, I don't know, I've already texted her, is it too soon? I don't want to be pushy. Oh, I'm afraid. That's what we do instead of actually just freaking doing the job. Our job is to share. Our job is not to be attached to the outcome or the response. Our job is to share. It's like your team pages. Our job is to provide information training, but I don't care, I shouldn't say care. I don't get attached to who responds, who doesn't, and who engages. That's their loss if they're not engaging, and if they're not commenting, and they're not working their business. It's really not my issue. So learn to save yourself from that attachment and just treat everything like a checkbox when it comes to what I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is the sheet. I've reversed the camera so it shows the right way. Now, a lot of you that know me know about this already, because I talk about it all the time, but this is the sheet, and I will post it, as I said, or it's in Christina Steinbrook's video in the comments. So, all right, so this basically is supposed to be done every single day for 90 days. I have never done this every day for 90 days. I'm just gonna put that out there. Never. Because I end up getting so much business the first week doing it, I don't really continue it. I'm like, oh good, I'm good again. And that's where I said, this kind of like those to your business, when I just need a little oomph, I head back to this sheet and it just fixes everything, in my opinion. So the first, I'm going to go through each. So if you're taking notes and you want to just write down tips, because I'll tell you what, the first time I did this, or the first 2 days I did this, it took me like 5 hours. It doesn't anymore. It takes me like an hour. So, and now it probably takes me less because a lot of it's very automatic now, and which brings me to my spin-offs that I'm going to show you after this. So this is the, hey, I'm new to this. Tell me exactly what I want to do. I want to achieve things. I don't know where to start, and I need some crap on my calendar because otherwise I'm going to be poor. All right. First thing on there, 10 minutes of daily personal development. We should be doing that anyway, but this could be reading, this could be watching one of these videos, it could be going for a walk, it could be whatever you want that to be. Personal development. 2, log daily numbers. You should really be looking at your numbers and workstation every single day, especially if you have at least one team member, especially. But you can't expect everybody else to fill you in on everything because you're not taking care of your business. This is an independent Scentsy consultant business. Independent. Go get your stuff, go learn what's new, and go find it. I know the news tab's a pain in the patootie, but it is what it is. I've finally learned to kind of master that. But you should know your numbers. Here's the funny thing. Scentsy's not always the greatest at emails and notifications and communication. So all of a sudden, I can go and look at numbers and they moved, and I'm like, we went down in numbers? Or, oh, we added another person? I didn't get an email. Okay, I think it's raining now. Sorry, it's just really disturbing. It's weird. It's patty weather. But check your workstation, check your news tab, but pay attention to your numbers. Scentsy Club, when Scentsy Club orders go through, you wake up in the morning, you look at your numbers, I'm like, what the hell happened? I don't have emails that I had a PWS order. What the hell is that? So you should be looking and keeping track of your business because it's your business. I hate numbers, but if you just track them, you just get easy. You understand. For you number lovers, God bless you. I am not. I'm the color girl. Okay, so first thing in the major checks, add 5 new friends on Facebook. Add 5 new friends on Facebook. Now, this is not Scentsy people. This is not me. This is not your director. This is not someone in another Scentsy group. This is new contacts. Non-Scentsy people. So my easiest way to do it is, I'm known for parties, so I always have party events and party order forms. So I go to my order forms, or I go to the event or the group, however you run your parties, and I go through and I friend request anybody that placed an order with me that I have order forms from that are in that group. You have the list right there. So you add them. The other thing you might do is, if you're in any special interest groups, for me, it's usually animals or black rights or vegetarian food or whatever those things might be. Whatever your interest, I'm in a sketch one now. So there's people that you might social commenter with and have a good vibe with, which is what your goal and plan is. Add 5 new people a day. Go out and meet people and add them, kind of things. So that's the easiest way, in my opinion, to add 5 new friends on Facebook. Go through your friends list. that you went to high school with and see what friends you have in common and go, oh my God, I haven't seen her in a long time, and friend request her. Don't bombard her with Scentsy crap right away. Just friend her. Because if you're doing your job and you're marketing the Scentsy life, not just blasting marketing images, but actually your positivity and your vibe and all those things, in commenting on their post, you will create. And so when you finally do post something Scentsy, they'd see it. Okay? Love you, Kathy. Second ones I've kind of changed because this was out before Sell with Amy. But if you're not using Sell with Amy, don't even get me started on that. But if you aren't, this is a good thing for you. Second, follow-up. Send thank yous to customers. Well, I just do my follow-ups on Amy, usually. And then post in current events or parties. The next, now these three to me are the most important. And these are the three that most people don't do because they're the hard ones, because they're kind of a mind fuck. So, share the opportunity with 5 people a day. Share the opportunity with 5 people a day. Now, I'm somebody that has up and down days due to pain and things like that. So when I'm feeling good, I write my messaging for Book Sell Recruit in my note section of my phone with the emojis. I'm all about emojis. And it comes off. It has good energy about it, right? Then I just have to personalize it accordingly before I send it out. But I don't have to put lots of thought more into it anymore. But I'll tell you, most of my messaging is really like, you should and you oughta. And have you ever thought about joining Scentsy? And they go, yeah, I have. I've never had anybody say no. Yeah, I have. They may say it. I decided I don't really want to right now. But I've never had somebody say, no, hell no. Never. Because if you're really getting to know your customers, you kind of have an idea. But then some might surprise you and go, you know what, I have been thinking about it. And you're like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. But if you're just working yourself through your list, so again, you're like, where do I start? Who do I ask first? Well, obviously you ask your biggest spenders. Obviously you ask, you guys have had these videos all month long and there's still more to come. They've told you a lot of this stuff. Your top hosts, your top customers, do I need to go to anybody else not see me? Can everybody see me? Or should I go to my 3G instead? I know there's a delay, but I don't want to keep going. I must still be going. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you see? Okay. So one of the things, if I'm stuck and my brain's getting in the way, I go to my VIP group and I start at the bottom or at the top of the people in the group, and I just start messaging and I just go down the line. That way I don't have to really think. Or you could do the same thing with your friends list. Go to your friends list. Or you can go through your Amy list when you do your filters on Amy and start at the top of the list. Highest spenders, most orders, and do it that way. Thank you. Oh, that sucks, Abby. Oh, fuck. Okay. I think it's because of the weather. I really do. I think it's because of the weather. I live out kind of in the country. So the next one is ask 5 customers the host. Same thing. It's the same thing. I start at the top, like in my VIP group, at the top of the list, I'll start maybe with join, and at the bottom of the list, I'll start with host, and then I just keep doing 5 a day until I just get to the top of the list, you know? So that's a way that I've learned to just kind of save some time. And then the final one on the big part over here is shout out 3 teamies by voice message. What if you don't have 3 teamies? Well, how about you just shout out your customers? Why don't you just send them like a private message that goes, I just want to say thank you. There is a section on here on this side that says message and thank the people who have commented or liked your latest 3 posts. Well, you could kind of do that together with this one. And the reason being is when I send a thank you to a customer that commented on my post, I send a thank you to them privately that says, thank you so much for commenting on my post and supporting my business. I don't know if you know this, but you commenting on my post really helps my business and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's it. But a lot of people don't understand algorithms and they don't understand Facebook and they don't understand how likes don't mean anything really anymore, but comments do. So it's me educating people on how they can support businesses without buying anything, but just commenting as well. Obviously nice things. Okay. So that's pretty much, to me, every day you do this side, right? This side of the sheet is very social media focused. And I didn't really realize it until I started doing it. And this is something I pick up what people are putting down pretty easily, right? So when I started doing this, I went, oh, I know what she's doing. I know why she said to do this. And you may not get it in the beginning, but after you do it for about a week, you'll get it. If you don't, I'd be really surprised. So basically this is all social media. No, someone answer her because I've already gone over that. So, so this side is social media. So I'm going to go through this real quick. Post 6 times on Facebook. And she put examples, be yourself. Motivational quote, product post, family, pets, kids post, Scentsy lifestyle post, engagement interactive post, and a food fitness favorite post. So again, you are selling the lifestyle, you're always selling yourself. You're actually not selling Scentsy. You're just not. You are selling you and your rapport and your vibe, because there could be 200 people that this lady knows that sell Scentsy, and I tell you what, if they like your vibe, they're buying you before they're buying Scentsy from you. So, but you want to post. Only 7% of your friends list sees your posts. Less than sometimes. The more wording in the picture, the less Facebook shows it. So learn Facebook stuff if you want to do business on Facebook. I didn't know anything until I started Scentsy, really. But I've learned by watching the best ones. Follow Jilly Sue. She is, to me, the social media guru. So then there's post 3 times on Instagram. Same thing. Lifestyle, not always product. Post to your business page, your VIP group, and your team page. This is the time sucker right here. This is the time sucker, okay? So this time sucker is comment on 20 friends' posts. Not Scentsy people. Once again, not Scentsy people. And you're just like, this is what you do when you start out and you don't know what the hell you're doing. You start scrolling and you start scrolling and you start scrolling. And all of a sudden it takes forever. Don't do that. The way to cut down is go to your friends list. Go to people you haven't seen in a while, because that's where you want to go. Friends that you haven't seen in a while, any of their posts, and you want to go into their profile and scroll and comment on preferably their personal photos, but if there's somebody that just is always taking tests and what kind of potato you are, you can comment on those too. But try personal ones and ask them questions in the post. So you're this person that you knew from high school, but you haven't been seeing your post, and you say, oh my gosh, I love your dress. Where did you get it? It looks great on you. Then she has to answer, and then you can answer again. And now Facebook goes, oh, they must like each other. They want to see each other's posts. Okay. And then you see each other's stuff again. So working down your friends list is the quickest and easiest way to get through these 20. Take it from me, because at first I just scrolled until I found things, and that freaking took forever. Happy birthday messages. Make sure you go to your happy birthday section of Facebook, which they keep moving it on me. Sometimes I can't find it. But say happy birthday to people. It's really nice. And then this one was the message and thank people who have commented or liked your last 3 posts. So that's it. Now, when I say that's it, that's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot, right? So there are some people that are like, oh, that's too much. Well, do you want it or don't you want it? How bad do you want it? Don't sit there and bitch and moan and complain that I can't do this and I can't do that. If you're not even willing to invest an hour to get shit moving. This is what this does. It gets shit moving. Okay, so I make mine side by side, and I make them black and white because why waste color if you don't have to? But I just thought I'd show you some things that I've done. I put my numbers at the top. Is this a good one to show you? Yeah. And this is what I do is I write these down. That way I have them to save. I check them off as I do them. If they respond with a maybe or a, let me think about it, I give them I highlight the word name. I'm showing people's names, but I highlight the word name. When they book it or they join or they say yes, or if it's my team members and they respond with thank you or they comment back to me, I actually highlight the whole line because to me that's a success, right? I can go back to these ones and go, well, she thought about it there, but she never booked because I didn't highlight it all the way through. So, but what did she do? She hosted. 2 people said flat out no, because I wrote no next to them. And I messaged 3 team members and only 2 said thank you and messaged me back. So that way I can flip through when I'm looking at who to book and who to join or who is interested but never did. I can go back and go, oh, the other thing is when I add people, I add them, put who I added as friends on Facebook, and then once they accept it, I highlight it all the way through. So I know who's joined and who's accepted my friend request and who didn't, right? So this is I can put notes of the day on the back, but this I can keep in a binder so that I can always go back and reference it and then use that information again, right? So, so basically that's what I have going forward. And I do side by side. So I will post both the side by side if you want them, and I'll post the full size one. So then I had people that maybe want to grow their business a little, but not aggressively. Because a lot of people see this as aggressive. For those of us with a work ethic, it's not. It's what you need to do. Making samples is not on here. Labeling your catalog, not on here. Organizing your product, not on here. Making things pretty, not on here. Okay, Canva, not on here. That stuff you do once your calendar is full and your team is humming. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is a chicken and egg situation with things like samples and creating pics and things like that, because it does help your business, but nothing really happens until you start talking to people and creating those relationships, which I thought was such bullshit, blah, 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 when they started saying it when I joined. But I realized I am not a people person. And so I'm a very black and white and blunt person. So I've learned that when customers message me something, I just go, so I type out what I think first or what I really want to say. And then I go through and I fluff it in the beginning and I fluff it in the end and tilt it a little and add some emojis and then I send it back. Because it is how you build loyalty. It's how you get people to Scentsy Club. They trust you. It's how you get people to to join. They trust you. They're watching you. They see you if you're doing it right. They see your recognition you get. They see you world tour pictures now that you got your kids. They see everything and go, oh, I want some of that. That looks fun. People need more fun. They don't need more serious. They don't need more drama. You know what I mean? So this is the key to moving forward in your business and growth. Okay, so because this was scary to some people, and I know this group is for all levels, I created something called the Daily 5x5. So I'm going to post this as well. The Daily 5x5 is like a very condensed version of this, but it hits on the important things, in my opinion, to grow your business. So even if you did this 5 days a week, I think it would be great. Even if you did this 5 days a week, I think it'd be great. Or 4 days a week, or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Doing it versus not doing it, always better, right? So I have a quote that I put on here that says, don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. You've heard many people this month talk about that. You plant a seed today, it doesn't flower today. It takes time, and it takes attention, and it takes care, and it takes, you know, all different kinds of weather. I created this for a special group that I do. And so this one is just very simple. Now, here's if you don't have, because literally this should all take you 5 minutes each. So 25, see, I don't like math, 25 minutes, but it doesn't have to be done all at once. So take 5 minutes in the morning, take 5 minutes while you're having tea or lunch or whatever, do another 5. You don't have to do them all at one time. You don't have to sit down and do them all at one time in a big chunk of time. You can do them at different times. So 5 join conversations. It's important if you want to grow your business and a bigger paycheck. 5 buy or follow-up conversations. So whether it's your Amy, whether you're contacting people because have you done your discontinued list and contacted every single person on it and contacted them to let them know that they need to put it in the Scentsy Club or that they need to stock up before it goes? Have you done that, or have you been procrastinating? Those count. In my opinion, you need to do more than 5. I did 120. I just sat down and did them one day while I watched Netflix. And everybody knows I do my Amy on the toilet, so you can do it while you're pooing. It's fine. 5 engagement posts on friends' posts, non-Scentsy. So just 5, not 20. Just 5. 5. Engagement. Ask them questions. Have them be able to comment back. 5 host conversations. Let me just say I've booked some parties for next month, and how I did it was like, I miss you. Let's get together. It's been time. It's time. We have a new catalog coming next month. Let's get the girls together and I'll come over and bring the new stuff. They're like, oh yeah, let's do that. Wasn't hard, wasn't scripted, was literally, we need to get together. Now, in New Zealand, we aren't masking and we're pretty much living life as normal for the most part. Sorry, rest of the world. So we can pretty much move freely about. But that doesn't mean you can't do pouch parties, Facebook parties, I don't know. Home parties are my jam. So, and then the other one is 5 posts on social media, and I put 2 to 3, 2/3 ratio. So if you're posting on your personal profile, you always want to make sure that 80% of that is personal. It has nothing to do with Scentsy. And you really shouldn't be using your personal page for your business. Anyway, but I know a lot of people do. If you're new, it's fine. And then on your business page, it should be more to the thing of 80% business, 20% personal. However, I tend to add, I've seen my business grow since I got a little bit more personal on my business page. So there you go. And I get a lot of business from my business page. So, because that's how strangers find you. When people recommend you, they can tag you and things like that, where if you're not in that group, they can't tag you if it's a personal profile. The other thing I do is I I only post on my personal profile, everything public. Everything is public. Nothing is friends. Nothing is friends of friends. Nothing is private. Everything is public, because my rule of thumb is if you don't want everybody to see it, you shouldn't be putting it on social media. Nothing is safe. If you haven't watched The Social Dilemma, go watch it. But I digress with squirrels once again. So we have the Power Hour that Scentsy gave you. We have the 90-day Sleigh that Christina Stainbrook introduced me to. We have the daily 5x5 that I created for my teamies that weren't maybe director bound yet, but wanted to grow slowly and consistently. And then, because a lot of this now is very habit, I have transformed I took a page in my planner. In my planner, I made little labels that say team touch points. There's 3. Join, host, and I'm backwards. There's 5 of each of these, because those are the hard things, aren't they? The host, asking 5 people a day to join and 5 people to host every single day is really hard. So the rest is very automatic for me now. It's very automatic for me. But those, they still need some mental work and a little bit of get your ass in gear and stop overthinking this and just ask people or talk to people. So that is basically the different versions and how I've kind of gotten used to them. But I promise you, every time I sit down with a 90-day Sleigh and go, oh, I need to ramp up my business a little bit, I really, within a week, within a day sometimes, I can see my business completely change. So for the good. So that is all I am sharing with you today. It's probably the shortest talk I've ever freaking done. Besides asking me, can you share this? Do you have any other questions or anything else? I know this isn't my normal goofy, the way I usually do trainings. I've been confined to a subject. But the biggest obstacle is your brain. It really is. Because the people that do well are the people that go, and I did this very much in the beginning because I had no idea what Scentsy was. And I remember going, what do I do? Do this. Okay, did that. Now what do I do? Do this. Okay. I didn't think about it. I didn't go, oh. So when Jacqueline, on the first day I was a consultant, she said, we're going to have a booking blitz and you're just going to text as many people as you can in 20 minutes and see how many bookings you get. And I was like, what do I say? And to put a thing up. And I tried that and people shot back at me because it said wickless candles. And I realized quickly by the response that we need to take the word candle out of there. And then I said home fragrance and I had 8 bookings. So, and then I was like, God, I don't know. I don't even have my kit yet, but I don't know about the products. I'd never smelt them. And I'm like, okay, well, I had been in direct sales since 1995. So, okay, so I need what goes in a Hostess pack? Because obviously I need to send them a Hostess pack. Okay, so I watched the video on YouTube, how to make a Hostess pack. Okay, now that the Hostess pack is out, okay, follow up and Hostess coaching. Okay, watch a video on that. I learned as I went. I didn't worry about, well, I don't know that and I don't have that yet and I didn't do this yet and I'm not ready for that. I just went, okay, next step is this, do that. And then you can worry about the next step. Because if you're so worried about step 20 that you're panicking on step 1, you're never going to get there. Because the bullshit in your brain is going to be the one going, oh, I'll just do it later. I'll just wait for that to come. I'll just wait for the new catalog. Right now is the greatest time to book and get people on Scentsy Club. It's the easiest. Dude, we need to get together next month so you can smell the new scents. Let's go. Let's meet for coffee. Let me know if you're bringing some friends so I can bring some extra things along. It doesn't have to be so damn serious. For you guys that you can't, can you do 1 at a time or 2 at a time? Or some of you do amazing things with your party packs that you send out and stuff. That's a goal of mine. Okay. I see. Okay. Brianna. I've been with Scentsy for, what month is it? March will be 6 years. And I found the 90-day Sleigh later on. I became a director in 7 months. But I found the 90-day Sleigh later because I just love watching videos. I always love learning. And so, but the 90-day Sleigh, the people that do it, and if you watch Christina Stainbrook's video on how to become a director in a month, it explains lots there too. Cindy, when I come back, I can do your makeup. It's fine. Oh, thank you, Ellie. Oh, I'm so glad. Effie. I love that name. Yes, Janice, the overthinking. Do you listen to Mel Robbins, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 lady? That might be something you want to do. I've been self-employed several times in my life because of direct sales. And here's what I've learned. I am very much a reward, recognition, and prize person. So for me, I tell myself, if my goal for the day is to do a 90-day Sleigh, I need to get this done and then I can watch TV. Because here's the other thing. Some of us, like me, feel like our work is never done in Scentsy. It's never done. I don't have enough hours in a day. I need to do this and I want to start that and I want to make that. And oh, that was cute. And oh, that's a great idea. I should do that today. And oh my gosh, I should do this. And oh, I have to do that. And oh, and then you add kids and a husband and other things in your life. And you just go, and you don't do anything. Because you're just like, no, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, maybe I'll look at it on the weekend. And that doesn't happen. So for me, what works is mind games. Not in dating, just in business. But literally going, as soon as you get this done, you can go watch Netflix. Because I can be a workaholic. So I know if I did this, even if I just did this, I did the important things in my business that day. And even if this is all I do, this was the important thing to do. This is what mattered. More than anything else in my business, this is what mattered. So if I do that, I can go watch Netflix. That's my treat. If I don't do it, I don't get to watch Netflix. So whatever that is to you, could be drinking. No wine. No wine. Until you get that done. Whatever floats your boat. Hubby can withhold sex. Whatever. I'm new and I noticed post on my Facebook and I'll get mild support but no one really interested. I don't know how to ask people that seeming sales. And you don't want to bug them, but I want to get them interested. What was her name? Shayla. Shayla, social media is not instant. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of consistency. And ain't nobody be kind of knocking on your door because you posted one thing or two things. You have to talk to people. You have to tag people and say, oh my God, I saw this and it totally made me think of you. I think it would match your living room. Great. Or, and that's where talking to them about their pictures. This business is never about you. Ever, 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 ever. If you want to do great in this business, stop focusing on always being the one that wants reactions from other people. You need to react to other people. You need to engage in other people. The people that keep popping out stock photos of the things and never show their personality and never show Scentsy in their life and are trying to be something that they're not, that's when you sound salesy. But if you're speaking from your heart, it's funny because everybody tells me I'm not pushy, but they love my passion for Scentsy. I'll tell you honestly, without a doubt, I could live without Scentsy in my house. I love Scentsy, the company. I love what I do, but I could do it with something else I loved. I don't need Scentsy in my house. Whiffs, maybe. I don't spend money on Scentsy. I get what I need for free and half price. I'm not here to spend money on Scentsy. I'm here to make money on Scentsy. But part of that is reaching people's hearts and tapping into things. When you watch infomercials, those are salesy because their audience is grand, but you know, what will it take to put you in this today? That's not who you are. That doesn't speak to the normal, we expect it on an infomercial. But for you, they want to see your dog with your Scentsy buddy, or your kids with their Scentsy buddy, or want to know how to use things, or what a warmer is. Go live. The more you go live and the more you share, the better. I know it's a big chicken thing with a lot of people, but trust me, it gets easier. Trust me. And you will hate the first one you ever do, just like the first scrapbook page you ever do, but you get better at it the more you do it, just like everything else. The first party might be rough, but 100 party later, you got it. It's good. You figured it out. But it really is about engaging. It is really about taking an interest in other people. It is intentional interest. I am not one of those people that when I scroll, I go, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. I really, it's going to sound bad. I really could give a crap. Most things that people post, I could give a crap. Truly give a crap about. But if there's somebody that I'm like, she makes me laugh, or I like her vibe, or I haven't talked to a long time, or whatever, I'll comment on it. Nothing fake, nothing ingenuine. It's all genuine. I don't ever say anything I don't mean. But it's to create those friends. Peopling is hard for some people. I'm an introvert. I try to avoid peopling. But you have to people to be able to be good at this in some way. You have to be able to care about other people and remember things like, oh my God, that's right, she loves the color purple. I don't remember everything, but there's certain things that if you follow people and you really watch their rhythms on social media, you figure out what's important to them, and that's what you talk to them about. And Scentsy will come up. If you're posting about Scentsy, it'll come up because they don't know what to talk to you about, so they'll be like, oh, how's Scentsy? So you know they're seeing it. Dee Dee, I get overwhelmed super easy. What do you suggest for people like that? Well, the 5x5, I guess. If it makes you easier, do one of these, do one square a day for a week. Don't do all 5 in one day. Cut them out. Give yourself, you have to do 5. You have to do this, this box on Monday, this box on Tuesday, this box on Wednesday. Do it that way. Then it's not so overwhelming. But do something. Yes, bullshit in the brain. It's true. Yes, Roseanne, we just have to go. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. It's very faded. And I think I'm going to be changing colors because I go swimming so much that this just kind of, it doesn't hold as long. We don't need to talk about my hair. Brianna, don't worry about the title. And I know you've probably heard that a bazillion times already. Just work like you have it. You know, one of the things I asked some of my team members is, if you were a director, what would you do differently? Because they think it's very different. I do the same thing I do now that I did when I was a lead, that we did as a star, that we do as a superstar consultant. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing we have to do as a star director. It's the same thing we have to do as a superstar director. People, connection, follow-up, rapport. And you just have to take action. You just have to do it. The job doesn't change. Thank God the pay does, though. Hello. Alyssa. I feel you, girl. Some people think that if you don't have kids and you're not married, that you have all the time in the world. But they forget that there are certain things that you still do with your life. So stop assuming things about people that are child-free or hubby-free or partner-free or whatever. But I am a workaholic. I literally sit down once in a while and think about Kimberly Paluto. If you don't follow her, you need to follow her. She's a guru on social media as well. And I think, you know what? Kimberly works hard. And she shared how she works her business. And I looked at it. Do you know that there's still 6 hours in her day that she's not doing Scentsy while she's awake? She's her kids, movie night, all these things. That's what I tell myself. So Alyssa, remember, there are a lot of successful superstar directors, star directors, whatever, that do amazing business and are still going to soccer games, making dinner, doing all the things. So for me, that gives me permission not to work. Because otherwise I go, well, I should be working. Well, I should be working. Oh, I could be doing this. Oh, I have time to do that. You have to shut off, and you have to give yourself days off, and you have to realize that magic still happens even when you're resting, because it's been proven to me over and over in my experience. Wednesday is Wonder Wednesday. It's my day off. But guess when orders come in and people join? Wednesdays. So I hope that helps a little bit, but just realize working more doesn't make you more efficient or successful. Rufo is here. Quebec. I always think of Celine Dion. Thank you. I did only one video with the laundry soap, but I need to do more. And you don't have to put your face on the camera if you don't want to, but it really does help, because people are nosy. And don't make everything perfect. Your house can be messy. I have a cat usually that makes a noise, or the kids are going to bother you, but it makes you relatable. When things are too perfect, people go, I can't do that. Oh, workaholic person. Alyssa, was it? That's something that I used to share everything I did in Scentsy, because I was so like, oh my God, look what I'm doing now. It really hurt my recruiting for a little while. And my number one objection was, I see everything that you do and I can't do all that. I don't have time. I stopped showing people everything and just showed them the highlight stuff. It helped. Yes, Roseanne. Yes. Listen to Roseanne. I love Roseanne. Hi, Monica Brawl. Because if you do nothing, nothing changes. That is right. That is exactly right, Dee Dee. Oh, you are very welcome. Yeah, I will tell you that the people that have the busiest, craziest lives that are jam-packed usually do better, because they kind of have a rhythm. They're up, they're ready. There's other expectations and responsibilities, so I think it goes that way, where it's just me 24/7. Do it. I can give myself the day off. I'll just do it tomorrow, but I don't. Like, I really, if I do make up for it. So for instance, this last week I was in a lot of pain because I have fibro and chronic fatigue, and I was like, if you don't do those, you got to do 10 tomorrow. And I did 10 the next day, because I was like, no, just go on the couch. But I did 10 the next day. Like, you have to figure out what you want, why you want it, what the why is. You have to feel the why, because that's the only thing that's going to make you get over yourself, basically. So just get over yourself. I feel like I'm still Melissa. That's funny. That is right. Rhonda, be real. Do I schedule posts? Yes and no. Yes, a lot in my team page, because my team know I'm not awake in the morning. I usually start being active vertically around noon. I have somebody else that watches my page in the morning in case something comes up, so that she can shut down anything that needs to be shut down, or share anything that needs to be shared. But it's a pretty good machine at this point. But I do schedule things at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm going to bed. I'm like, oh, this will be good for them to see at 9 o'clock in the morning, because I just avoid mornings at all costs if possible. Also, Christmas time, when I do like teaser posts for personal specials for the 12 Days of Wonder, I'll schedule those posts, because again, they need to be in the morning, because so they have 24 hours kind of thing. So I'm not a huge scheduler, because I do have time, and social, this has made me really consistent with social media, really. And I think in the beginning you get really stuck and caught up in everything else that's on Facebook. But when you're starting to drill these down every single day, you stop looking at the crap that doesn't serve you on Facebook. So now I can actually get on Facebook, do what I need to do, and get off. I'm not, and I have squirrel tendencies and ADHD, so I don't get bombarded. You can tell when I have time off and I'm just hanging out because, like, you know, all the stupid quizzes you take, as opposed to when I'm there to do business. Very different time frames. Dee Dee, yeah, FOWOD is a passion of mine, because I used to have it and I don't have it anymore. And I just wish everybody could feel the difference, because it's pretty remarkable. And what you think other people would think if you didn't care, more people will love you because you don't care, because you're yourself. When you are your truest self and you're true to that, and you don't unapologetically yourself, not everybody's gonna like you. If everybody likes you, they say you're doing something wrong. Not everybody likes me. A lot of people hate me. I don't care. I'm not for everybody. A lot of people in my family are not. But when you stop trying to people please and you stop trying to appear a certain way. Now, there's a good way to look at this and a bad way to look at it. You're not being a rebel teen going, fuck you, I don't care what you think, because you obviously do care what you think. But actually going, I love who I am. I'm a good person with a great heart, and I have great intentions, and I mean well, and I'm speaking from my heart to you, blah, 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 blah. If people don't like that, they're not your people. Don't hold on to that. Who cares? You're wasting energy on people that you don't need to waste energy on. I could talk all day on that one. Okay, so I'm going to hang up. Thank you for calling, caller. I'm going to hang up, and I have not read it, so thank you. And I will post these right now. I'm starting my computer now. But feel free to comment anything else you might need. And again, nod to Christina Stainbrook for this lovely sheet that she gave me. So bye, everybody.